warships, missile destroyers, and surveillance aircraft deployed in Arabian Sea, Gulf of Aden. Please subscribe and share the video, and always stay one step ahead to receive global updates. Let's move on with the video. With the dramatic rise in targeted attacks on merchant vessels transiting through international shipping lanes in the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, and Central North Arabian Sea, the Indian Navy has beefed up maritime surveillance. Warships and surveillance aircraft have been deployed in view of the heightened threat perception, Indian Navy spokesperson Commander Vivek Madhwal said on Sunday. The development comes after back-to-back attacks on merchant vessels. On December 23rd, MV Chem Pluto, carrying 20 Indian crew members, was hit by a drone off India's west coast. On the same day, MV Sai Baba, which was on its way to India, came under a suspected drone strike in the southern Red Sea. Earlier, merchant ship MV Ruin was hijacked and taken to the territorial waters of Somalia. Task groups comprising destroyers and frigates have been deployed to undertake maritime security operations and render assistance to merchant vessels in case of any incident. Aerial surveillance by long-range maritime patrol aircraft and RPAs, remotely piloted aircraft, has been enhanced to have complete maritime domain awareness, Madhwal said. The deployment into the Arabian Sea includes Navy's missile destroyers INS Kolkata, INS Kochi, INS Mormugao, INS Chennai, and INS Visakhapatnam. INS Kolkata is deployed on the mouth of the Red Sea, INS Kochi in south of Yemen Socotra Island, INS Mormugao in West Arabian Sea, and INS Chennai in Central Arabian Sea. INS Visakhapatnam was moved in early this week and was tasked to patrol the North Arabian Sea, NS Kochi in south of Yemen Socotra Island, INS Mormugao in West Arabian Sea, and INS Chennai in Central Arabian Sea. INS Visakhapatnam was moved in early this week and was tasked to patrol the North Arabian Sea. These assets have been pressed into service to keep the sea lanes of communication between Bab el-Mandeb to Indian coast safe for merchant shipping and missile attack taking place in West Asia. Also, the safety and well-being of the sailors who navigate these treacherous waters are also at stake. Merchant vessels have always faced challenges on the high seas, but the escalating number of attacks has brought a new level of risk. This rising tide of maritime attacks has sparked concern and alarm across the globe, prompting calls for enhanced security measures and international cooperation to protect these vital shipping lanes. The growing threat to the merchant vessels has prompted the international community to take action. After all, the high seas are not just a vast expanse of water, they are the arteries of our global economy, and their safety and security is everyone's concern. So, how are nations responding to this maritime menace? In the face of escalating maritime threats, the Indian Navy has taken a truly proactive stance. Recognizing the unprecedented rise in targeted attacks on merchant vessels sailing through international shipping lanes, the Indian Navy has substantially ramped up its maritime surveillance. This strategic response involves the deployment of warships and surveillance aircraft. These assets are now vigilantly surveying the high-risk areas of the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, and the Central and North Arabian Sea. The Indian Navy's primary aim here is to ensure the safety of their commercial vessels and to deter any potential threats that might disrupt their maritime operations. But why does this matter? Well, it's simple. India, like many other nations, relies heavily on maritime trade. The international shipping lanes in these regions are vital conduits for global commerce. Any disruption in these waterways can have significant economic repercussions, not just for India, but for the global economy as a whole. Moreover, this heightened surveillance by the Indian Navy serves another critical purpose: deterrence. The mere presence of warships and surveillance aircraft sends a clear message to potential attackers. It signals that any hostile action will be detected and met with a swift and decisive response. The Indian Navy's actions are not just about protecting their own commercial interests, they are also about upholding the principles of freedom of navigation and the rule of law in international waters. These principles are the bedrock of global trade and must be defended vigorously. This robust response from the Indian Navy is emblematic of a broader commitment. It's a commitment to safeguarding their maritime interests, ensuring the uninterrupted flow of international trade, and preserving the stability of global shipping lanes. The Indian Navy's response is a testament to the country's commitment to secure its maritime interests and international trade. But the Indian Navy isn't alone in this fight, is it? You see, in response to the rising tide of maritime attacks, a strategic alliance known as the Quad has emerged. This collective force comprises four key players: Japan, the United States, India, and Australia. United by a common goal, these nations have launched an initiative that's making waves in the Indo-Pacific region. Enter the Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Domain Awareness, or as it's better known, the IPMDA. Designed as a countermeasure to illegal activities in the Indo-Pacific region, this initiative is bringing a new level of vigilance to the high seas. And it's not just about monitoring, it's about action too. The IPMDA funds commercial satellite tracking services, keeping a watchful eye on vessels that might otherwise slip under the radar by turning off their transponders. So, what's the significance of this initiative? Well, it's all about collaboration. It's about sharing intelligence among regional surveillance centers, creating a comprehensive network of awareness. It's about standing together against threats, whether they come from rogue vessels or the world's largest distant water fleet. And let's not forget about the environmental impact. The IPMDA doesn't just monitor for illegal activities, it also keeps tabs on those who target endangered marine life. It's a bold stand against not only maritime threats, but also against those who threaten our planet's biodiversity. Of course, the IPMDA has its critics. Some see it as an attempt to stigmatize and confront rather than collaborate and cooperate. But the truth is, in a world where maritime threats are on the rise, initiatives like the IPMDA are not just necessary, they're vital. The IPMDA signifies a unified stand against maritime threats, further strengthening global security. This powerful alliance is a beacon of hope in troubled waters, a testament to what can be achieved through cooperation and shared goals. So, as we navigate the challenges of the future, it's clear that the Quad and initiatives like the IPMDA will play an essential role in keeping our seas safe. But are these measures enough to secure the high seas? The reality is that the Indian Navy and the Quad face significant challenges in ensuring maritime security. First and foremost, the vastness of the sea itself poses a monumental task. The Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the Central and North Arabian Sea combined account for a mind-boggling area of water. Monitoring every inch of these waters every second of the day is a Herculean task, even with advanced satellite tracking and aerial surveillance. Furthermore, the rise in targeted attacks on merchant vessels has shown that criminals and hostile entities are becoming more sophisticated, using advanced technology to evade detection and carry out their nefarious activities. The Indian Navy and the Quad will need to continually update their strategies and technology to stay one step ahead. And then, there's the elephant in the room: China, with the world's largest distant water fleet. China's fleet has been accused multiple times of illegal fishing and encroachment, and even using its fleet as a paramilitary force to seize disputed territories. The Quad's initiative to counter China's activities is a bold move, but it's one that carries the risk of escalating tensions. China has already criticized the initiative, seeing it as an attempt to stigmatize and confront them. This delicate geopolitical balance means that every move has to be calculated and measured to avoid sparking off a larger conflict. Lastly, international cooperation is crucial. No single country or entity can secure the high seas alone. The Quad's initiative is a good start, but it will need more countries to join in and share the responsibility of ensuring maritime security. The road to securing our seas is fraught with challenges, but these measures mark a promising start. So, what have we learned today? We've unpacked the escalating trend of maritime attacks targeting merchant vessels traversing international shipping lanes in the Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, and Central North Arabian Sea. We've seen how the Indian Navy has responded assertively, deploying warships and surveillance aircraft to counter the heightened threat perception. We've also delved into the formation of the Quad, a strategic alliance of Japan, the United States, India, and Australia. We've discussed their Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Domain Awareness initiative, designed to track and counter illegal activities, particularly those by Chinese vessels. And we've explored the challenges ahead, including the tension this initiative could escalate between China and the Quad, and the broader issue of maintaining maritime security in these volatile times. As we navigate the turbulent waters of maritime security, one thing is clear: the safety of our seas is a shared responsibility, and it's a responsibility we must all take seriously.